Hey there, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our Roma Galactica II series. I want to set a couple of goals up front with this episode because as I finished the last episode, I kind of realized that, we went over some stuff kind of logistically throughout the episode. We did encounter the Marauders, but I want to make sure that we have some things we're specifically working on to make sure the next little leg of the series goes smoothly. So we do want to continue to expand in this direction for the primary purpose of adding some energy stations to our economy and the ability to, expand in that way. But I also would like to take a look at my designs. And we are not only going to go ahead and build our first destroyer designs, but we also are going to take a look at our defense platforms and think in terms of, we might actually build a station here too. But yeah, actually it would be a very good idea to build a station in Gloria because that's where their units would come in if they declared war on us. But we just rivaled two empires at the end of the last episode, and that's what kind of sank in right as soon as I hit the stop button. So we want to make sure that we are in a good defensive position going forward. So let's open the ship designer. Love this track. And we already have a picket ship designed automatically, the Cloacina picket ship. I kind of don't like that name. Actually, I kind of like Necessitas. Because it actually is quite necessary, right? All right, so we have a picket ship design here. Let's go ahead and delete the original. And I guess let's have a sentinel point defense up front here. And I'm okay with coil guns there. And we're going to save that design. Let's go ahead and design a new destroyer that is going to be just a gunship. Or rather, you know what? Let's have a line ship for our first destroyer. How about that? Have a big old laser on the front, some coil guns, or should I have it be the other way around? Maybe one laser, one coil gun, and a giant. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of a big old mass driver up front. Let's do that to start off. Of course, I don't know exactly what kind of enemy we're up against, should we go to war. So see, we didn't have the option of going through the SPQR name list last time when we were playing Roma Galactica 1. It didn't exist yet, so I'm kind of enjoying these different options, even though it takes me a second to find one that I like. Ooh, Equitus. Yeah, let's do that. All right. The Aja Station Trade Hub. There's a couple different things I could do there, but I'll hold off for now. Classis 1 is hanging out in Sol. That's probably the best place for you to be still. I don't know, should I have them in Thrad? It's like a safety measure? I don't know. But before I do anything else, we also are going to design more defense platforms. Let's design a few more types. Let's see. Why don't we go ahead and do... missile station would be alright. Missile and point defense, or just missile? I kind of like the idea of a missile and point defense station. So we have two different types, primarily. As long as they are properly engaging the enemy in a mix with the other station type, then I will be fine. Spatha, maybe? Let's do Pugio. Okay. So we have kind of an all-out weapons-based station. And it's going to take a second to build these. They're... How much did they cost? That's up here. $278 each. What I would like to do, ideally, is get a station set up in Camglaria and a station set up in Thrad, just as a way to say, hey... well, we already have one in Thrad, but as a way to say, you know what, if you're thinking about attacking, maybe think twice, because I would like to have that in place before I go too crazy expanding in this direction. Especially since they've already been at war with each other once and given up. It seems like they might, I don't know, they might try and come my way. But so we're going to work on those two things right now. Let's actually go ahead and look into... We've researched Starhold, by the way, if you'd forgotten, so that's helpful. We're going to sell some resources here to get some energy. We're going to have to keep an eye on consumer goods as well, because that current surplus won't necessarily stay there. Our ability to sell minerals for energy is dropping quickly, like very quickly. Okay, now we're building these mining stations, which will help with energy. Where else are we working at the moment? We have this ship in Ambor building the buildup starbase. That's already been queued up. Good. You're building mining stations there, and you're in Helum building that research station. Okay.
Construction complete.
You're now done, which means I can bring you out here. I think the Frary system is going to be the next on my list, but that's going to cost alloys. And I need to make sure I allocate a good amount of alloys towards my stations. Do I upgrade to Starhold first, or do I build... That's the question. Or do I build defense platforms first? I feel like that's the most important one to do, and then maybe get a starport built here in Camglaria. God, it's so expensive. Honestly, bothers me a little how expensive it is. But we'll make do. We're going to have to make do. Alright, we still have a bunch of minerals. We can sell that for some more energy. And then this will put us very close to being able to upgrade. Very close indeed. That's going to take a while to upgrade, but worth it, I think. Meanwhile, we're still expanding out in that direction. Aha! Good. Leader experience gain increased by 25, and leader level cap increased by 1. I'm kind of thinking... Kind of wishing I had gone for supremacy before discovery. This would increase our starbase capacity, which we're not in danger of hitting at the moment. I think I will just keep going for a new... Yeah, let's stick with it. We're going to go with Polytechnic Education, so that increases our leader experience gain and our leader level cap. Ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Ashik system. Look into that for me, please. Alright, so the IKAANA Citizen League continues to lay claim to my territory. Much to my chagrin. Let's upgrade that Starhold. It's unfortunate, really, because I would like to add some additional ships. Speaking of that... Let's reduce that to 4. That way we can have an Equitas-class destroyer. There we go. That's a decent balance. But then we need to be able to build up enough minerals, or enough alloys, to get those built. So far we haven't really been... Yeah.
Construction complete.
We haven't really been economically in a position where we're producing a ton of alloys just naturally. Sonified Science. The RSS Diodorus crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Ashik system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that Science Officer Maximum Plautius cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what may have composed the song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside of our galaxy. Okie doke. Oh, nice. So we got an L-Gate Insight as well. Okay, let's go ahead and build that mining station. We need it for energy. Alright, this upgrade is proceeding. And as long as the upgrade's happening, we may as well put any additional alloys that we gain into... For instance, hang on, let's sell for some energy here. That gives us the ability to build one more ship. Let's do it.
Construction complete.
Part of the reason I want to get that fleet rebuilt as quickly as I can, or built back up, is that
Construction complete.
to the naval cap, is it just helps with our
Science
power
division
projection,
report
as I believe I've mentioned already. Helps with our ability to say to our neighboring empires, hey, maybe think about it before you attack me. All right. Colony development speed plus 50%. We're not going to be establishing any new colonies soon, so I think I'd rather have... Yeah, upgrades are incredibly expensive, so I think I'd rather just go for the inhibitors.
Recon pass completed.
Alright, so that's been added. We really need to have a trade station set up to collect that. Alright, so we're going to try and add both of those systems as well, and that will deal with our energy situation to a large extent. And then hopefully pop growth on our other planets will do the same thing.
System reconnaissance completed.
How we doing, Thrad? Okay. A little bit over a year until that's done. And that will be a major deterrent to them attacking us. They could come through another direction for sure, but at least they won't come in through the Thrad system. Ideally, we need to get the Aja station set up as a defensive station as well, and then we'll be in good shape. Okay, we officially have some unemployment, which means we can translate this into some new jobs. The question is, which ones? Seems like a generator district is going to be the best idea to start. Let's go ahead and do that.
Science division reports a new breakthrough.
We're almost at the point where we can upgrade that colony. All right, so now we have the ability to exploit the volatile motes resource, which is quite nice. So having done that, what would be the next best choice? Extra minerals from miners, probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that just because that will help our economy in some small sense. So you're about to see the direct benefit of, I mean, well, I've talked about this already in the series. We have an unemployment, situation, and we're seeing lower stability on this planet right now. That's due to overcrowding, so I can build a city district to help with that. The overcrowding does produce... Now, what does that do? I don't think it's affecting my resource production, but ideally what I need to do is have a city district going here as well. Let's go ahead and build one of those on Colonia Antiocha. See, Colonia Caledonia already has one. So the overcrowding is just a result of, not a lot of housing at the moment. Alright, Thrad Station is almost done.
Anomaly found.
Our initial scans have caught an irregular signal reminiscent of our own distress patterns. Research. That's kind of ominous. Okay, See, I'm actually really hesitant to do anything more, because I feel like this thing is going to change our energy situation. I don't want to add any more systems, which will cost me alloys. Alright, so that helped... that balanced it out. The signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit around Pagal 8A. The ship is not giving off any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. A special project has been issued to investigate what has happened to the crew. Derelict ship. I feel like that is going to be bad. I don't know if there's different ways that this can play out, but usually this results in bad things. But nothing good happens if I say we don't have time for it. We don't get an influence boost or anything. So, hang on. Let me take a moment. Speaking of influence boosts. All right, nothing else that I can do here. You know what? Let's say intriguing. I hope I don't regret this. Research it, please. Okay, so now we can go ahead and upgrade Colonia Caledonia, which costs minerals primarily.
Special project complete.
The ship in orbit around Pagol 8A was not abandoned. The crew is alive but not well, influenced by some sort of brain parasite. With the help of our scientists, they could easily be cured. Let's let them perish. That's what I was hoping to avoid. So. Okay, so we can do alloy foundries here now, which would help with alloys. Seems like a good idea. Although one of the other things I would really like to do is have better research, but alloys seem to be the higher priority job at the moment. So let's do that. Our sensors indicate odd irregularities in Hodum B's energy emission pattern. Research, please. Okay, so I can... How many... 14 corvettes. So we're starting to build destroyers now. That's good. I'll take it.
Science
we need to add those
report success.
as quickly as possible. Naval capacity plus 30. Good. Ooh, the ability to clear basic blockers seems like a good idea given that we have several of those on our worlds. I need those before long. All right, now Thrad Station has been built, and as a consequence, it is now a lot stronger, which is nice to see. Now, the question is, can we add anything to the Thrad Station that would make it even better? We can definitely add a shipyard. We can add an anchorage, but I feel like this just needs to be a defensive station. Obvious reasons, right? Let's see. There we go. I had a FPS overlay on my screen. I'm not sure if that was visible in the recording or not, but I was like, no, I don't want that. Make it go away. I couldn't remember what the hotkey was. Okay, so... yeah, the upkeep on these is not particularly high, but the benefit of having more of them is obvious. Alright, so our energy situation is improving now, I'm happy to say. So we've got a couple of gun batteries and a missile battery being added here, and then we will start building up some of those platforms as well. But now that we've got that done, before I build platforms, I'm probably going to go ahead and build a station in Camglaria. Star patterns. The latest sensor readings from Hodum B showed the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew on RSS Diodorus arrived on site, there was no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by a sensory malfunction, Science Officer Maximal Plautius discards this theory and claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere. Now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy's stars. They have charted the course to the nearest affected star. We must get to the bottom of this. Yes, we must. We must indeed. All right, so we have the listening arrays project here, and I would really like to get one of the science ships back to look at this. So let's do that project. And then it seems like we have... a couple of construction ships in the same system here. Let's add these mining stations. We're a little bit behind on that. And I would really like to add those systems.
Construction complete.
So maybe we will.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Nice. Minerals from miners has just increased. We could research an L-gate insight, but I think what I'd rather do now is go for crystal-infused plating, obvious reasons. These guys are expanding rapidly. I wish I had a better way to check them, but we don't... Oh, look, there's our route to the... We found our route to the Eureka patch. Good. I don't know that we'll be able to expand at a similar rate. We need better alloy production. But we'll get there, hopefully, before long. Is there anything else I can do policy-wise? Let's take a quick look. Policies is what? F6? There we go. I could do nutritional balance, and that would increase happiness and increase growth speed by 10%. Or nutritional plenitude. Let's do that. That's going to increase our upkeep a good bit, so we're going to see that go down, possibly go close to leveling out. Yeah. So we're going to have to do more with farm districts, but that will help. Completed. We probably should have been doing that sooner, all things considered, given our two rivals here. But that might help us get these colonies going. All right, philosophical mindset edict has expired, as has Map the Stars. Let's stop for a moment. I can get Map the Stars back, which I kind of want to do. Okay, now we still need more energy. And I feel like this is a necessary step. Let's do that just to make sure we continue to build up more energy and have a nice surplus going there at last. I do, however, have the ability, once again, to sell a fair amount of minerals. So let's take advantage of that. We have a consumer goods shortage. I'll have to keep a very close eye on that. I'm also going to go ahead and sell 1,000 food. And then we will buy... There we go. Let me use that to go ahead and buy another destroyer. That is going to influence our energy upkeep, of course.
Construction complete.
But my inner Stellaris player is going... You're playing on a higher difficulty than you usually do, Hadrian. You tend to get carried away building empires when there's not two rival empires right next door to you. Maybe, just maybe, you should build up your fleet. Just a hunch. Hopefully not, though.
Reports a new breakthrough.
We'll see. All right, physics from researchers, UV laser, disruptor, barrier point defense. Let's just increase our physics research. I can do a disruption field generator here too, and that would have an upkeep, but that would reduce shield hit points. You know what? Frickin' do it. Just
System
frickin' do it.
reconnaissance completed.
Okay, so lots of fairly lucrative systems out this direction. It's good to see. Build those mining stations, please. Now, I built on Colonia Caledonia. No, I'm building alloy foundries right now. So this might help.
Special project complete.
Nice. All right, so we have researched the Takaram 6 Ute artifact. Our archaeologists on that planet have learned that the listening arrays built there were used to scan space for any signs of intelligent alien life, something that the Ute never once encountered. After managing to partially restore power to a computer terminal, the archaeologists acquired a data disk with log files from the sensor array stretching over centuries. These logs suggest that this section of the galaxy was indeed devoid of sapient life at the time of the Ute Empire. An interesting find. I really want to see if this immediately helps. I don't know how quickly Pops will jump into these jobs. All right. Yeah, it didn't immediately help, but it did provide a couple of new jobs. So that means workers will climb up. Or wait, actually, no. I might be wrong here. Nope, just kidding. They do actually jump in, and it is being worked right now. Although I'm not necessarily seeing an uptick in my alloy production yet. Oh, there it is. Nice. All right, so now we have a food shortage, unsurprisingly. We can deal with that in part by building a hydroponics bay. Really nice to see some alloy production coming in. So that's kind of an interesting note. And notice we have an FTL inhibitor here now in Thread. But that's an interesting note, is that you really have to do what you can to get those going. Complete. To get that process going earlier in the game.
Alert Con 1 in effect.
And there it is. The IKAANA Citizen League has declared war. All right, let's set our war goal. We want to conquer them, same as they want to conquer us. And we are going to send Classis 1 to the Thrad system. Where they are going to enter into orbit. And that is going to, yeah, our economy
taking
just...
evasive action.
Fleet order canceled. All right, so they've ended their rivalry. So this is interesting. The Dis hierarchy has insulted us. That's not good. It seems like they're making nice, which is exactly what I was afraid might happen. So we now have...
Science Division report success.
A fight ahead of us. All right, so we've unlocked the ability to clear this tile blocker. We need to look into... Okay, we've met the artisan troop. Hey, we got some influence for it. Good. Interesting. Interdimensional trade increases. The Mirror Dimension Roman Star Empire reports that their economy is booming. Contributing factors mentioned were our portal trade as well as recent victories over the Warp Beasts. Excellent. Pause. All right, I want terraforming. I really do. But right now, I need things that are going to help me in an unexpected, well, kind of expected war. So those of you who wanted a war, well, you got one. So, we have room for additional buildings now on Colonia Antiocha. And I feel like alloy foundries is where it's at. I feel like that's what we need to do. But the other issue is that we need to continue to produce like food. So this is going to be challenging. We've got ourselves in a bit of a pickle at the moment, I believe.
Construction complete.
With this war and our economy not being fantastic. We'll have to see how this plays out. Do they have any fleets on the way or what? Fastest one is on the way to Thrad to defend. We don't have any... Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't build any platforms here yet. Dang it. I didn't quite get the defenses up in time. All right. Now we have a... we need to upgrade this to a starbase. But if we do... If we get you upgraded to a starport, which we should be able to do... Which we should be able to do, like, right now. Hang on. Let's upgrade you right now. We need that. And we're going to try as quickly as we can to get that upgraded, because I'm nervous now, officially. Okay, there's their fleet. Tell you what, can we... Alright, they're on passive. I'm going to have you guys move back here or so and wait till they engage the station. I'm assuming they're coming to Thrad? No, they're going to Sagathia. Of course they are. Why would they go to the system where I have, you know, huge defenses? So if they're going to Sagathia, what that means is I can jump in behind them and attack the Matsonia station. So by all means, guys, go ahead and attack my territory. Please. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take advantage of their presence. That's actually not a very strong fleet. We might be able to take them on. We just need to take their station down first. Alright, what you doing? Alright, they're definitely going to Sagathia. They're leaving right now. Oh, they're not going to like this at all. This is hilarious. Alright, so are you turning around? No, they're not. Alright, I'm going to jump Matsonia.
Construction complete.
Let's see what they do. Alright, food-wise and consumer goods-wise, we are not in the best of shape. We do have our agriculture district set up here. Let's see. I need to end this episode, don't I? Energy grid sounds like a really good idea, but then again, we need civilian industries for consumer goods, and we need a lot of things. Let's do civilian industries for that consumer goods difference, and hopefully as the pop grows there, we'll be a little bit better off. All right, let's see what happens here. Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Memaz's 3's face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science officer Metius Laelius is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. Okay. Okay, this science ship made its way back from... Alright, so this is the pulsating star system. Let's go ahead and look at that. And then we'll have you auto-explore after that. Now the question is, what else can we do in the meantime? Oh, we need to get you out of the Sagathia system, pronto. Alright, nothing else to do there. We've arrived in Matsonia. Unfortunately... that station is decently strong. Let's see how this goes.
Taking evasive action. Engaging enemy station.
Alright, faction founded. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Roman Star Empire, led by Governor Metius Caecina. They call themselves the Human Supremacy Movement. The members seek to assert the primacy of the human species by curtailing the rights of aliens if necessary. Okay. Alright, so we are winning against the Matsonia station. Haha. Okay, that's hilarious. We could always chase them down and do some damage to them in that way. We could also potentially... I need to end this episode here, but what we could do is go ahead and upgrade the Aja station. It wouldn't upgrade in time, though, is the problem. So, really, the smart thing to do is to continue to run around their territory and take some of their systems until such time as they decide, oh, maybe I should come back. Okay, they're officially attacking Classis 1. So what I can do now is withdraw to the Thrad system and reinforce for a bit, which gives me the opportunity to build additional ships and kind of recollect. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of a dance here, and I have to build some more ships and get the fleet strong enough. And we still have to upgrade some of the ships that are already in there, and we have a Ascension perk to pick, but we're gonna do all that in the beginning of the next episode. For now, I'm gonna stop this one here, and we're gonna hope that these guys don't declare war at the same time. That would be the worst case scenario. That's kind of what I was worried about beginning this episode. So, cross fingers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.